These are European honeybees. They are supra-organisms, meaning that they are highly social, team-working creatures that are using synergy as a way to survive. It is a busy place, and Jan has been keeping bees since the 1980s. He still keeps his notes in the same notebook as he did back then. He started with only one colony and now he has several. He owns just the hives, these compartmentalized beekeeper boxes that can be approached by a swarm of bees. I was lucky enough to visit on the exact moment that a new swarm was inspecting one of Jan's vacant bee homes. This swarm is very busy doing many tasks. Altogether, they are choosing if this hive is right for them. Here I'm trying to smell the Nazanov pheromone. It is a pheromone that bees use to guide other bees to their hive, or to flowers that contain nectar. The remarkable thing about seeing a swarm like this is that each individual bee is carrying half its body weight in honey. And these are 40 to 60,000 individuals. Together they weigh up to 6 kilos. And out of that, it's almost 2 kilos of flying honey. Jan, like many other beekeepers, likes calm bees. He notes down the weather, hive characteristics and more details. Bees do not write books. They also do not act according to rules. They instead react to the weather, food availability and the fertility of their queen. Jan calms the bees down by spraying water onto them, regulating their temperature. Here you can see bees fanning out the Nazanov pheromone. This attracts other bees. And here you can pretty clearly see the gland secreting the pheromone. All of these worker bees are genetically female, but they are all infertile. The only fertile bee is the queen, and she's protected at all costs. These worker bees only live for about 6 weeks, and that means that every 6-week cycle the queen lays enough eggs to replace all of these bees. Every 6 weeks. So that is a pretty daunting task, and honestly a lot of things can go wrong. And that is why Jan, you see him preparing a smoke pipe here, is going to inspect the hives to see if everything's going well. Jan told me a fun fact about beekeepers. In East Africa, where he worked, the beekeepers can't afford these fancy suits. Instead, they rely on the dormancy of the bees at night to do the inspection. And because the clothes can potentially trap the bees and make you sweat, which causes the bees to sting more, the inspection happens at night, completely naked. Bees collect nectar to make honey, but what they also collect are pollen as a food source, water to drink and cool down, and types of tree resin to make propolis. Bees carry pollen on their hind legs. It can be bright yellow, orange, purple or even red, and this all depends on what plants they visit. Tremendous labor goes into maintaining the hive. Bees clean, take care of growing young bees, build and protect their hive, and in the second half of their lives, the worker bees go out and forage for nectar. The bees make perfectly straight bee combs only because Jan provides them with the beginning of a shape. This makes it easier for him to inspect and harvest the combs, but bees naturally make wild growth patterns that are ideal for thermoregulation. The combs are divided for their purpose. The inner circle is used to raise the young and defend the queen. The outer circle is for honey storage, which can be up to 30 kilos a year. A single bee visits about 3,000 flowers every day, and these all contain mere milligrams of nectar. Bees can fly around 5 to 10 kilometers on a single stomachful, and that's pretty impressive for an insect that small.
En zolang ik die maar de ruimte geef.
Bees build their familiar wax cells with much care, and the warmth inside is tightly regulated. This doesn't invite bacteria or fungi into the hive because they use propolis as coating, which has potent antimicrobial properties. take a moment to realize that honeybees have been socializing and co-evolving with flowery plants for about 30 million years. Nearly 40% of our crops rely on pollination to produce the goods we eat. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, flowers, sunflower seeds, and many things more. What the bees do is called an ecosystem service. It's not that they do these services for us so that we can eat, but we definitely benefit from having them around. I hope you too will understand that the beauty of the bees goes beyond their ecosystem service and beyond their role in our economy. So please expand your empathy towards nature. It contains so much for us to learn.